In this lesson on Scratch, we're going to learn how to do something like this. Pretty cool, huh? It's not that difficult to do, so let's get started. Let's talk about some new commands that we'll use, starting with the motion group, the blue block commands that control the motion of the sprite. We know about the go-to-xy command from the last lesson, and now we'll deal with three more. First, we'll talk about the point in direction command, the turn to the right block, and finally the move steps command. The point in direction command is always set to 90 degrees by default, and you can see this in the drop-down box, showing an arrow extending to the right from the center of the box. That is the normal position. To change it, simply change the number in the box to 180 degrees, which is down, negative 90 degrees, which is left, and 0 degrees, which is up. You can also drag the arrow around the circle until you reach the desired direction. Here is the sprite in the up position, or 0 degrees position. This one shows the left, or negative 90 degrees position. And this one shows the downward facing position, or 180 degrees. There is also a way to control whether or not the sprite even changes appearance when its direction changes, using the Set Rotation Style block with these three settings. The default is the one you see here, all around, which means the sprite can face whichever direction is indicated. Here it is shown facing the negative 135 direction, down and to the left. Another is called left-right, which means it will face either left or right, left when the direction is negative, right otherwise. For the value negative 135, it faces left. The third one is called Don't Rotate, which causes the sprite always to face in the 90-degree direction, regardless of the direction value. It is up to you to choose the one that works best for your project. You can still point the sprite in any direction on the compass wheel, but the direction it faces will fit whichever setting you choose. In the Looks command group, we'll use the Set Size command to reduce the size of the sprite, and we'll use the Next Costume command, which will automatically switch the sprite to its next costume, allowing you to create animation. We'll cover this in more depth in the animation project later on in this unit. There are two costumes for the cat, as you can see in this picture. The Next Costume command switches back and forth between these two costumes. If you look carefully, there is a subtle difference between the two appearances, where the body position has shifted a bit, with the arms and legs a bit farther back on the second costume. At the right speed of switching back and forth between costumes, combined with forward movement, it will make the cat look like it is walking or running. In the Pen command group, we'll use the Set Size block to increase the size of the pen, to make the line thicker. We'll also include the Change Pen Color block to make all the different colored squares you saw in the opening project picture. In the Events group, you know about the green flag hat that starts the program, and the Wait command in the Control group, which helped provide a short delay in the animation for our last lesson. We'll add the use of the Repeat block for this project, so we can do a set of commands over and over again, the key to doing many cool things in programs. This is called a loop. Now that we know about all the new commands we'll be using, let's get started with the new program. Here is the beginning of it, already set up. Pause the video for as long as you need to get this program set up in your Scratch window, just like you see it. Click play when you're ready to proceed. Now let's go through this program to make sure you understand what is going on with it so far. You probably figured it out already, and if so, check to make sure you were thinking the right thing as we go through each block. After the green flag hat, we'll immediately change the size of the sprite to be smaller so we can see more of the picture we'll be drawing. That's what this command is doing, making the sprite half its normal size, which is 50%. We do the Erase All and Pin Up to reset the screen each time we test the program, and place the sprite at the home position using the Go to 00 command, and then put the pen down, ready to draw. Using the Set Pen Size command, we change it to size 2 to make the drawn line thicker and more dramatic. We pause for 1 second to let our eyes adjust and point the sprite in the normal 90-degree direction. So far, nothing is really remarkable about this program, but that is about to change. You ready for this? All right, let's do it. Let's pull over the Move 10 Steps block and snap it into the program and then run it. Did you see anything happen? The sprite moved a very short distance of 10 steps to the right, in the direction he is facing. Not very dramatic, huh? Okay, well, let's add 10 more of those commands by clicking and dragging them over. Now, there is a quicker way to do that using the duplicate technique, which means right-clicking on the command or group of commands and clicking duplicate. This comes in real handy when you have a whole set of commands you want to use over and over again. Now that you have 10 move commands, run it again. You can see the sprite moved 100 steps, 10 times 10, but it moved so quickly it was hard to see. In the last lesson, if you remember, we used the wait command to slow it down. But let's do something even better. Go to the Looks command group and drag over the next costume block and put it after each move command. This will take a bit of doing, so pause the video if you need to in order to catch up. Now we have 10 move commands with each one followed by a next costume command. Did you run it? This is what it should do. Pretty cool, right? By switching costumes each time, the sprite appears to be running. It's still pretty fast, but at least you can see the cat moving its arms and legs really fast. Now that you did all that work, there is a better way to repeat commands. You guessed it, by using the repeat command, which is in the control group. First, get rid of all except one set of move and next commands, and then drag the repeat command over until it swallows the remaining pair of commands, like this. See how it opens its mouth wide enough to take both commands? Now run the program again and see that it does the same thing. The use of the repeat command is one way to do what is called a loop in programming, which is a powerful tool that allows you to cause something to happen over and over again, as many times as you need it to. This is one example of what we call abstraction in programming. Now that we know how to move and animate the sprite, let's draw our first square on the screen. We'll use the point in direction block and set the new direction to down, which is 180 degrees. Before we do that, let's duplicate the entire repeat loop. Snap that into place and then do it twice more so that we have the code to make all 4 sides of the square. Now go and get the point in direction block and put it after each repeat loop, changing the value to make sure the sprite points in the correct direction each time. The last point in direction block puts the sprite back to the normal 90-degree direction. Pause the video if you need to in order to catch up. Now that you have all the new code in place, run it and see the cat in action. Now there is another way to change the direction of the sprite. The point in direction command works okay, but you must manually change the direction each time. It is possible to do the same thing using the turn block, which we will do now. This command allows the sprite to change the direction easily. To begin, instead of doing point in direction 180 to face the sprite downward, use the turn to the right block and think about what the value needs to be to make this happen. Pause the video and replace all 4 point in direction blocks with turn right blocks and put in the correct values to make it do the same thing. Did it work? If you put the value 90 into the turn block, you are correct. A 90-degree turn to the right each time is exactly what you need the sprite to do in order to draw the square. Now we'll add another turn right command to the very end of the program, turning the sprite to the right 20 degrees. After that, go to the pen command group and drag over the change pen color by 10 block and snap it at the bottom of the program. We'll then get a repeat command and swallow all 4 repeat commands. and the 2 extra commands we just added, which turns the sprite and changes the color. We'll also change the value of the new repeat command to 18. Pause the video and complete those changes. As you watch it run, can you think about why we used the values 20 and 18 for the turn and the repeat? If you think about it, repeating a turn of 20 degrees 18 times produces a complete circle of 360 degrees, which produces the really cool pattern you now see. And there you have it. You learned some really neat commands that helped do even more in controlling the sprite and producing interesting output to the screen.